Welcome to October's editorial. As always, I'm Russ Hatfield, and she is Kara, who is a higher dimensional member of Ashtar Command and an ambassador to Sirius. In the editorial for October, we have some fun with mental energy that has real-world effects. We call this one the force of mental energy, questions and answers. Everyone has seen examples of the force demonstrated in the Star Wars movies, and this month we look at how that can be achieved in the real world. While you can't levitate rocks using this method, you should be able to feel your mind's use of its own energies. We base this information on this month's challenge session where the base geneticist, Cornas, explains how to integrate biomagnets, biorhythms, and crystals to assist in the healing process of oneself and others. For a full transcript of this editorial, please go to our main homepage at hadesbasenews.com. We invite you to subscribe to be kept informed of future postings of the members of Ashtar Command. Now we present the force of mental energy, questions and answers. In the challenge session from October, from the members of Ashtar Command, we get to describing in realistic terms the force from Star Wars movies and how it can be made to help us in the real world. Kara theorizes with me a control of energy I discovered as a small child accidentally, though that is probably not the case after talking with her, where what I would do is hold my arm straight up in the air and, as it started to fall to one side or the other, I would apply pressure from outside to push it back into place. I had forgotten until the describing of this latest tape, and now it all came rushing back into place. Kara helps in putting the reasons for how that all came together, which we wanted to share as a way to help others possibly explore their own forgotten powers. First, the process of doing the experiment is to lay on one side or another and place your arm 90 degrees from your body. Maintain that until feeling the arm start to move and, without using any muscles, push the arm back with your mind to the vertical position again, but not so hard it goes in the opposite direction. Like directional checks on a spacecraft, little mental jabs of energy will hold the arm in place for an indefinite period or you get tired. If your arm does get tired, just lay it against a band of energy you generate to let it rest for a few before you bring it back to upright. Using it that way, the experimentation session can be extended even longer. So what are the mechanics behind the ability to accomplish this fun experiment? Kara puts it this way. Prior to the challenge session, I had been trying to heal using the same energy that I had suddenly remembered from my youth during the healing. Now I was asking her about what energy it was I had used to perform the healing, which she calls the collected energy that everyone produces and is available for everyone's use. We both agree it is very similar to the Force in Star Wars movies, and she suddenly quotes Yoda just for fun. Besides that energy, she explains that I am supplying the life force along with the bulk of the energy which draws in other energy that is attracted by the energy being collected as it does for everyone. From there, more than enough energy is available to perform the task. The source of the energy being drawn is the excess energy she says that everyone gives off. She describes it as everyone has two forms of energy. The energy field that surrounds a person, which is personal to them, and excess energy that isn't needed, that is supplied to the universe at large. While energy can't be created, it can be utilized, which is what is holding up the arm. So, where can you take the benefits of this experiment? Well, the immediate use of this energy is in the sharing it with others should they be needing a little burst when they feel tired. Instead of directing it toward the arm, you should be directing that to their person. It can also be used in self-healing or healing to add a mental thought form along with the energy to work on the problem. That brings up an additional reminder that when working with energy, one should always be able to maintain their own energy without draining themselves through the sharing. This is where mental shielding comes in, where the same energy being used with the experiment is imagined as creating a revolving shell that completely surrounds the person. A mere finish outside reflects unwanted energy, while the shell keeps the energy within it with a level set as the point where you begin to grow tired. Now, excess energy can be passed along through the shell as needed, yet maintained and strengthened from the attracted energy. More shells of different rotations and forms can also be added for additional times where you might feel drained of energy from others around you. So, what is the next level of the use of this energy? Something discussed extensively throughout the Ashtar Command archives are references to meta-concerts. Many have wondered about the energy being discussed, which is now better explained in this editorial. You have 4, 5, or more individuals who meet to pool their energies together to accomplish an agreed upon goal. The first person is a secondary who passes the energy they collect and direct to the primary. The primary gathers that energy as an almost physical force and directs it to the conductor. The conductor then adds their own energy and, once assured the executive can handle the energy, sends it along to them to apply where needed. The sum of multiple minds working for a single goal can achieve much more than just one person by themselves. Those interested should study the archives for the safe use of that energy, because it seems we are in times where such knowledge might just come in handy. Please experiment with care, and we remind the user that all things are made better when done in love. In love, light, and wisdom as one, Rasankara.